-5 in a minute.
Hard 30 tonight.
First of all, I don't believe in numbers.
Don't get fooled.
Grab a drink, because this is Hangover Time.
Yes, G.
Heat win! Heat win! You guys are fucking cowards. All of you motherfuckers out there in these streets that didn't want to play. You saw Duncan's back, baby. Duncan wouldn't have been back if we were tanking. Duncan's back. Kyle looked like an NBA player today. Caleb Martin is awesome. You know, prayers up to Victor Oladipo, who looked fantastic, and prayers out to him. Jimmy Butler may have broken his ass, but he was fucking killing him. 30 points in 3 quarters, didn't even need free throws. What a win today. What a win to everybody. This is a holy day. We saged the arena. It worked out. I talked to my energy lady. I said, what's the strongest shit you got? She gave me what she called it Dragon's Blood Sage. So, you know, whatever. It kind of worked. Take me out, Brass. What a fucking win. Let's see who's on today. Let's see what's going on out here. We got Daco Guion in chat giving 5 tier 1 subs. We love to see it. It's a celebration day, man. You know, for all the shit that this team gave us, and I know we can all agree, this is a miserable season. For them to come out with the effort that they did in their first home game in the playoffs, everybody was sharp, on point, from coaching staff to the 15th man. Yo, everybody, shout out to Miami today. Credit every man.
It was a monsoon this morning, or after, like right before tip-off too.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. Fake Sham said that Kyle Lowry was out for personal reasons. It's been a long day. We have a huge panel, as you can see. So I would like to find out what everyone's drinking so we can kind of go around and see what everybody has to say about truly an amazing night.
Yeah.
You saw how they had to wait for Pepas until like 0.4 left. It wasn't really appropriate before.
True.
You know, there was really really nowhere to put it, and then they're just like, okay, well, we really gotta. I wonder if they go to Spo like, Spo, can you take like a quick timeout? Like, we gotta get this in.
Now. Okay, hit it, boys.
Hit it. Go to DJ Irie on Milwaukee. All right. I'll start. I made a special drink today. It's called the Watch Me Matcha. It has gin, Italicus, a matcha. It has lemongrass, soju. It's a lot of cocktail ingredients and egg white. But you know, a special drink for a special night. So cheers. Cheers to Heat Nation. Cheers to my fellow panelists.
Cheers.
Let's go from left to right.
Oh, that's cute.
Wait. Let me interject.
He's eating his greens in today.
Oh, what's up, Tiff?
That drink look like Grinch piss. What are we drinking? It's supposed to be.
I told you it's a matcha drink.
Yeah, it is matcha.
He's trying to get his micronutrients in.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, as he should.
I'm on a health kick. You know, I had hemp seed and shit today. You know.
Yes.
Moose, what you got?
Come on,
He's
you
about to
guys
get
have
some
been
blood work done.
you guys have been asking for it, and it's back. We got the monkey shoulder because tonight Although there's no Tyler, we did have one white who came ready to play. So for Drunken Robinson, we're gonna hit him
Nice.
one time with a drip drop.
Nice.
Yes, Moose.
It's a
Pat,
drip drop,
I
my
missed
people.
that.
Get ready.
Who else has
Is
missed
it-
that?
Who
Playoff
said
win
this?
on a Saturday night. Holy shit!
Hell yeah, bro. We're
It's like
drinking.
the fourth time y'all have done this. Okay, come on.
Listen, hey, who else is happy
And
to
one
hear
more
drip
for good
drop?
luck. Drip drop.
I missed that. Moose, you can say that shit all night, bro. I missed that. Chat saying they missed you. Chat saying they missed drip drop. Bond, what are you drinking this fine Saturday evening?
Shout out to Sabria. This is some mango something, some peach something, some peach schnapps, some Malibu rum, and yeah, and some grenadine. So that's what
That
we're having
sounds
tonight.
dangerous.
Drip drop.
Oh yeah, that is
It's
dangerous.
delicious.
That's sneaky.
It's like my third one. Favorite. It's given Miami. It's given Sunset.
Not
Drip
one time, not who times.
It's definitely giving Miami.
Three drops.
Miss Meeks, reality check master.
So I'm in homage of Alf. I got the cup, and it's filled with Tito's to the brim with a splash of lime, and I'm just shouting out the whites tonight. That's all I'm doing.
Shouting out the whites.
Is your mic drinking? Because it could use that could lay off the sauce. Can you turn the mic up a little bit?
It's
A little
up.
quiet. It's up. It sounds quiet.
Yeah.
Production on the job.
Check the private chat.
Let's introduce someone. Their first Hangover Time. You may have seen his face on the bottom left. He's been helping on pregame. He's out there with Frankie, Kenny, and I doing pregaming. He's been on a couple MHB pods. That's Saucy Take, Coach Lou. Coach Lou, my man, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh man, first of all, thank y'all for having me on, bro. It's my first one. I'm super excited. I was at the pregame party
Yeah.
getting lit as fuck, so I came home and I got some Simply spiked because it was just simply beautiful basketball being played. So shout out the Heat, baby. Heat and
Hialeah's
fire.
finest. Hialeah's
Is
finest.
this your bedroom? Where are you at? What is?
I am in the bedroom. I am in my bedroom. I record in here because I got like 10 people staying over. Shout out the parole for the Cubans, man. Shout out.
You new here.
Right?
You new here, so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna get in your decor yet.
I'm not gonna get in your business because you knew, but in about 10 minutes we're gonna circle back to that drink.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let that slide
Oh,
for now.
I mean, I was about to say, Solana
It's
never
a
got
little
away with it.
Solana-ish, but
Smolnick said,
Only Joey can get away with that.
yeah.
Because he's new, we gonna circle back.
You got like 7 minutes. to Warm up.
I'm gonna down this one. I'm gonna get the Modelo. I'm gonna get the
This one's
Modelo.
not the canceled version.
All right. What are you drinking, Brian?
I didn't go downstairs to get any alcohol. I probably should have. I kind of just rushed up because I was hoping to get on time. But I got a prime drink. Like I don't know.
So go get a drink.
I want to go get a drink, so I probably will go back down.
There you go.
Okay. Very nice.
Player. I got to do player of the game.
Yeah, player of the game. Let's hear it.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Bam. I thought he played really well defensively, especially at that second half when Jimmy was out and basically didn't have anybody else to go to. I thought he was able to handle it pretty well. That Duncan Robinson dribble handoff action that we probably haven't seen in months looked excellent today. Like they brought that back out and it just was clicking like it was 2020 all over again. Yeah, I'm just really happy with the way he was able to basically keep the Heat lead up to the point where Jimmy didn't have to come back in that fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Meeks, before Brass says what he's drinking tonight, could you read what Fez Butter said in chat?
Jimmy has a bruised glute, aka broken ass.
Broken ass situation.
I was gonna ask for the tip translation. Listen, I forgot to do player of the game because I don't normally host Hangover Time and they usually lose. But Brass, quick player of the game, and what are you drinking?
Listen, tonight was a group effort from all of our whites. So in tribute to them, I made a white Negroni. But
That sounds counterintuitive.
in playoff win fashion, let's make this shit a smoky.
Let's go,
White
baby! Just like all the boats burned on Biscayne.
Listen, I don't know what you're doing, but we got a spot for you over at this week. What's up?
Oh yeah.
All right, what's happening here?
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
Class Braz.
Class.
Oh,
Class
that is
jazz.
tasty. Our whites are on fire tonight.
Jazz class.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Great guy.
Chat's loving it. Guys, what a night, what a game. And they responded as well as I think anyone could have hoped. And Bond, let's get right into it. Let's start with you. I thought one of the biggest, obviously the big adjustment was starting Kevin Love. It's something that you pounded the table for, on the podcast the other day and on Twitter. You said they need to size up, they need to get big. And absolutely they did. That was the first adjustment. And then Duncan Robinson on dribble handoffs, especially with Bam. Those are I think the big two things that Miami changed and really flipped the game.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Are you here?
Oh,
Come on. I hope it works.
Oh,
damn it. Oh, come on.
Oh, damn.
He's back in black. We're supposed to be. There he is. Let's go.
Hey!
What it
Shout out,
do?
Moose.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
What's up, man? What's up, big dog?
Wait. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, let's hear you.
I just want to make sure y'all can hear me because
Oh,
I
God,
can't hear
give it to
y'all.
us.
But I just
Give it
want
to
you to
us.
understand, Duncan Hive is up, baby. You should have never fucking doubted us. You fucking cowards. You fucking cowards. Oh, I wanted a fucking lottery pick. I wanted a ping pong ball. Stick that ping pong ball up your fucking ass and shut up. Fucking Heat in 5, baby. This is what it looks like. Oh, the Heat got blown out the other day. The Heat have outscored these motherfuckers by like 19 points. Shut the fuck up. And if you ever doubted Duncan Robinson, apologize. Apologize to me right fucking now, you cowards. All a bunch of fucking cowards. Oh, I want a lottery pick. Oh, we could have had the 14th pick instead of the 18th pick. You're a coward. You're a coward.
Easy
This
with
is what you wanted. You wanted an 18th, a 14th pick. You're a fucking loser. You're a coward. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I can't hear anything you guys are saying.
It was perfect.
Alf clearly has a baby around.
I was gonna ask you how Trae Young's doing.
Talking in his indoor voice.
Love you guys.
Love you, Alf.
He's looking for gas.
Gee,
from anybody.
that was my favorite part of that too. It was the
Oh,
quietest, loudest rant.
I think clearly he has
It
a
was
small
fantastic.
child.
You're
that
fucking
he's-
cowards. Meanwhile, he's terrified of what his wife is going to say.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, listen.
Shove up your fucking ass. Just shove it.
Baby, no, I just said
No,
shit.
baby, no.
I'm working on hot and I'm off tonight.
You're waking the baby. Bond, those are the two big adjustments. They looked great. What did you think of that?
I like what Kevin gives them. I like what he gives them. He's smart. He's intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He's been in playoff moments before. He knows how to battle. He knows how to leverage his body. He's not the most athletic motherfucker, but he knows how to leverage his body to get in rebounding position. And, what he allows them to do, I think a little bit defensively, is also kind of highlighted by what he does for them offensively. Like the Kevin Love, Jimmy pick and pop, he opens so much space for him. And we have this kind of back and forth about, how easy or not are Jimmy's buckets actually. And they look like they're lumbersome and like they take a lot of work, and they do, but he's really good at absorbing contact and stuff. But having Kevin's presence and the ability to pull defense that way spaces things for him even more with, having who he has in the corner. So I'm happy they sized up. You can take me out. I'm happy they sized up. Like, at some point, we got to stop, like, being too cute about the shit, pretending and continuing to act like, what's been happening is, and not that it doesn't work, but the amount of effort that has to go into for it to work and to sustain it working. I'm happy he made the adjustment. I'm happy to stop being so fucking stubborn. And I hope we see it carry over. I hope it gives us some good momentum.
So, Lou, gonna throw you to the fire right away. Jimmy, another big night. We talked pregame. He has to take it early. He cannot let the game come to him. He needs to take over early. Did just that. 17 points in the first quarter, and they truly never looked back. I thought his game was honestly one of the best games I've ever seen him play in a Heat uniform. 30 points through 3 quarters, 4 of 4 from 3. Only took 4 free throws and controlled the game from start to finish.
Yeah, absolutely came out there and showed out, played with the passion we were talking about, man, on the pregame. He came out here to hoop. He said, fuck that. We're not going down 2-1. We're going up 2-1. and we're gonna give ourselves a fighting chance, man. Jimmy absolutely just put the team on his shoulder. He led the way, and the rest of the team followed. And I'm just here for it, man. I'm on cloud 9. Clearly, I'm fucking drinking Simply. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I should have gotten a Modelo. At least Michelob.
You know what I mean? Day one.
I should have got. I was drinking Crown earlier. I'm mixing a bit, but you know what, man? We're here.
Go back to the Crown. What? Bring that back. Out.
It was at the party though. Let's just say I took an Uber home.
Rookie mistake.
Right now. Come on.
Come on, Lou.
I apologize, man. That's a
nice
bad first impression.
Nice to meet you.
Just don't let it happen again.
Nice to meet y'all.
That's calling you Andy Dalton now. They called you Louis C.K. Now you're Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
Guys, regarding Jimmy, can I just say something? I just want to point out, because I feel we're not appreciative enough to how we went from what's that?
Yes, 5 jerseys on one hand.
Hey,
my man.
That's how you know we're renting, bro. This ain't our property.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna put the James Johnson.
All right, welcome to the show.
It's like he's in the hostage program, but they let him take 5 belongings, and those are the 5 things he brought with him to the island.
Brad, he's where Nikias was on witness protection. Back in the day.
And look where Nikias is now. You keep going, buddy.
Yeah, that's true.
Unemployed, apparently.
But as I was saying, I feel like people aren't appreciative enough for the simple fact that we went from our franchise and having our best player, one of the all-time NBA greats, Dwayne Wade, and then he stops playing basketball for like a year and I don't know what happened there. He disappeared for a while, but then he comes back, finishes his career here, and then without missing a beat, we get Jimmy fucking Butler, who truly encompasses that dude in these situations. He is like, Dwayne would come alive in these moments, and Jimmy does the same thing. It's something that really we all need to be truly grateful for, because this franchise could be in a much different situation without an absolute monster like Jimmy Butler. And the fact that he's one of Wade's best friends, man, I did that connection. It never stopped. That fucking lifeline of our franchise never stopped, and I just love that. I just wanted to point that out.
I couldn't agree with you more, because I want to touch on that, Brass. I think Jimmy Butler is the perfect person to take over after Dwayne Wade. This city was like, we were dying for someone to come in and fill those shoes, and we wanted to give it to Justice Winslow. That's not a shout out. That's not a shot to Justice, by the way. He just wasn't ready for that, and it needed to be somebody with Jimmy's personality, his embodiment of the culture, like you said. That galvanized not only the entire team, it galvanized Heat Nation again. Like, it gave us somebody to really rally around outside of UD, of course, the legend.
Of course.
Justice is better, but he wasn't ready to be that guy, is what I'm saying. You needed somebody who knew who they were and was ready to take it to battle every single night, the way that you do in the Miami Heat culture. But also, he was just ready to hit that next peak at a time that we desperately needed. We really got him at the absolute perfect time.
Yeah.
He came. Yeah. No, absolutely. And he's like really that embodiment of everything the organization propagates, like all that stuff that like people make fun of. He's like actually that. And Tiff, you're nodding, and I know we talked about it. I'm like, I straight up said, I was like, he's my second favorite Heat player ever. Like, respects to UD and Chris Bosh, but that guy's everything. And I like what you told me after.
No, listen, just overall, like for my entire lifetime, he's literally my 3rd favorite player ever. Just because that man shows up to work, and he works. Listen, you got people who jump higher, you got people who run faster, you got people who shoot better, but they don't have the same heart, they don't have the same drive, and they don't have the same effort that this man puts on when he goes onto the court. And not only that, but we always laugh and say, oh, this person makes people better. No, Jimmy legitimately makes people better. Everybody wants to say the undrafted this and the undrafted that. Well, look what they're doing because they're playing with a guy like Jimmy. And I feel like it's so understated that we always want to take digs at all these things and we don't realize that Jimmy is legitimately making these guys better.
Chad said Max and Strus are 1 and 2 in Tiff's personal record.
Be quiet. Be quiet. Can you hear us?
Wait,
can you
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wait, can y'all hear me this time?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. We heard you last
Listen,
time, bud.
I've been listening to the show a little bit.
Did you go outside?
Yeah, no, I've been listening to the show a little bit, and I keep hearing you guys talk about Jimmy Butler. You're burying the fucking lead. Duncan Robinson is back. Okay, you fucking cowards. You doubted my man's. My man. First of all, my man's hit you with all the threes, but then you know what he said? Oh, Drew Holiday, you one of the best defenders in the league. Catch this hezzy, motherfucker. Catch this hezzy. Are you kidding me? Hooper Duncan is back. Y'all burying the lead talking about Jimmy Butler. Is he one of the greatest Heat players of all time? Duncan Robinson is right here. He's right there.
You're right.
Y'all burying the lead. I don't like to produce from afar, but y'all fucking up my show. Yo, Duncan Robinson is the lead story tonight. I'll hang up and listen.
Are you in a safe place?
Of course I am. My baby's upstairs sleeping.
You're on vacation. What's going on?
You're not on vacation. I'm on a work trip. I'm on a work trip. And you know who else is on a work trip?
Duncan Robinson.
Nigga, like you're going to work. There is one story. This long conversation about how Duncan Robinson is back. Y'all out here about nonsense. I'm switching over to basement.
Oh God!
We got Alpha looking like witness protection. And Lou looking like he's in someone's basement. So
he's still talking.
Alpha's at Kenny's old house.
I saw what Fig said.
I'm trying to leave. I hit the leave. I tried to drop the mic.
I'll take it.
Bro, I was saying
Kenny's old house. What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I was saying to pull up what Fig said. That was a funny comment.
What Fig said.
Oh my gosh.
He said earlier, he goes,
it was good. It got me.
Oh God, I gotta find it. I should have started, but it was said to the effect of that how much square footage between Moose's house and Lou's room and Joey's garage.
We got 1 foot.
1 square foot.
Brass, I'm so glad that Alf brought up the Duncan Hezzy. I think it's time.
Yes.
Let's do it, baby.
Up the game. You keep some of them whites put away now.
Whoa, hold on, wait a second.
What?
We got a fucking
all right.
sponsor,
You got to
baby.
do the whole sponsor.
We
That's
got
right.
Miami Gaming Parties because you deserve a customized gaming experience. Miami Gaming Parties delivers private custom video game tournaments for gamers and their lucky guests. And it's truly custom. You can pick the game and the package premium, or you know what? For today, it's going to be white tie VIP for 8 to 16 people, and they bring it all.
Nice.
PS5s for just trophies for the winners. Play at home or at a venue of your choosing with free on-site consultation. Perfect for birthday parties, bachelor parties. It's Duncan's birthday today. Anniversaries, corporate events, or anything you want to celebrate. Check out MiamiGamingParties.com for more information. Go on Twitter at Gaming Parties or on Instagram at Miami_Gaming_Parties or search Miami Gaming Parties on Facebook. Gamers only, baby. Brass, the best play of the night.
By far.
You got Duncan. Look at that coming off the screen. Got Drew on the switch. Hit him with the hezzy. He didn't even beat him off the dribble. He just fucking, it was pure muscle, bro. Who had that on the ball?
Pure will. He learned that from Jimmy.
He turned that shoulder. When you turn the shoulder, though, it gives you a little leverage on the inside. That little squeak by at the end looks easier. The shoulder, There you go.
Just a little bit.
Drew's a strong motherfucker. Duncan just,
he rolled off of him.
So
looking like Kawhi.
According to The Athletic, that's the guy, Drew Holiday, that all NBA players voted the best one-on-one defender in the league.
PAs, don't do that.
No. He is. But that's how good Duncan is.
He was. He was.
Hold him back. Bond, hold him back out on the perimeter. Yeah. He's like, no. I got the switch I wanted. I got the man I wanted. Look at that. He's like, oh, that's food. That's food. That's food. I don't need a screen. I don't need a screen.
That's it.
Go up and in.
That's in real time.
Young Ted Cruz could never.
That's happy birthday. He caught wind of himself in them highlights that's been surfacing around this week of him and like the Skyforce just yamming on people. He said, let me get back to me. Let me get back to me.
Right. Let me show y'all what I used to do.
That was Shout out to Duncan Robinson, true hooper. The big thing. Gamers know. Miami Gaming Party knows. And by the way, Duncan's probably gonna have a 2K tournament that for sure he's gonna win because he's just winning everything tonight. Brian. By the way, Fate Steel Taylor in chat, that's the homie subscribed to Tier 1. They've been for 11 months. Jesus Christ. Love you, Tay. Said it's always Heat and 5. Got the shirt. It is discontinued because of a cease and desist. We're familiar with that.
Yeah. Well, not from the mechanic. This one's from the NBA.
This is a different cease. This is a different cease and desist.
We fighting with everybody.
They didn't like the trophies on it.
Because
they're
we
cowards.
need to get a shirt. Say us versus everybody.
Us versus the world.
Us versus everybody. Because...
Or just a shirt that says "fuck y'all."
Us versus Lou Hard Seltzer.
Fuck Adam Silver.
Man, you gotta get rid of that, Lou. Lou, finish that shit, man.
Lou, finish that shit.
Man.
Chug.
Chug. There
we go.
Hey, let's go. Moose. Moose.
Gotta hit him. How on time for the chug, y'all.
That's inaugural right there, baby.
Yeah,
that's
Lou,
inaugural.
That's
Cheers to that.
Welcome
I don't know if I'm gonna make it through the rest of the show, but thank you.
That's
Hangover
time, baby.
If you can't make it through the show, then you made it on the show, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
So
I gotta have some fucking standbys right here just in case.
Oh my god. So the one thing about Duncan's performance, like on a basketball level, his passing tonight was absolutely incredible. The degree of difficulty on the passes was actually like pretty insane. Like he's passing in traffic, Bam off slips. There were a couple times when like Bobby would kind of jump out on the DHO and he gets Bam in stride. There was one possession late where the defender shows hard and he does a wraparound kind of like swing pass to Bam in the middle. Then I believe it's either Gabe's defender or somebody, Caleb's defender. The low man has to rotate over. Bam, that's an easy short roll pass to the corner shooter. And that's just like the fact that he's gone to that point in the league, Bond, I think it's like absolutely huge for him. You're muted.
Muted again.
I unmuted myself. There we go. You're talking about Duncan, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you hear?
No, I heard you. Take it back out. We're happy. No, you're absolutely right. And so like if you're gonna have gravity, you have to have a counter to what like they try to cut off of the gravity. And like a lot of how Bam finds himself open with the Duncan tandem is because of Duncan, and he makes good decisions out of it. And like the placement of Duncan's passes, like you said, he's gotten progressively better. And those are tough passes. Like a lot of them, there's a very particular angle that you have to find. Like they're not every pass in that situation isn't made or doesn't, quite look the same. And so I think it's for me, the most impressive part of it is just the kind of the quick processing, like reading as soon as they jump out, I see where I need to place it. And just shout out to him. He should have been getting minutes. There's no reason he should have sat all these minutes all this season. And yeah, like you could have just had your offense a bit juicier, like a lot. And maybe we wouldn't have to gone through this. Maybe, some of the shit wouldn't have looked as clunky as it is, but happy to have him back. Glad he's playing well. G, you and I talked on the timeline a bit about the Milwaukee series and just hoping that Spo would put some trust in him because, their scheme is built for him we've seen him just like, I've been saying like shoot there, drop into oblivion, like make them have to adjust or continue to get like pretty solid shooting performance put on them. So shout out to him.
Brian, One of the other big adjustments tonight was, they started Bam on Middleton and Jimmy on Drew Holiday, and I think they recognize, okay, we're not fucking around. We got Kevin on Lopez. We'll have Max defend Bobby, which is funny because Siobhan and I actually talked about they should just put Bam on Lopez and have either Max or whoever on Bobby. But listen, they said we're having our best defenders on their best players, and I know that Drew had a really good night, but that wears you down, and eventually Miami was able to get the better of them. Those are their two stars, and I think Brian, for maybe Bam had a whatever game on offense, but between he and Jimmy on those two guys set the tone absolutely and allowed them to kind of jump out to that lead early.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they got Bobby Portis in foul trouble, which helped them out, especially when Bam got in foul trouble as well. So it really didn't burn them as much in terms of the front court depth. Obviously, Zeller had a couple of good minutes too. They were able to pull up that lead, I think, to 21 points when he was on the floor until Bam got back. And I think one of the biggest things, honestly, was like the Heat played really well in the second half defensively, just by getting those steals, and just they were doing things that they were doing in the regular season. Playing the passing lanes, getting those deflections up, and going out on the fast break, and it really helped them disrupt the Bucks offense to the point where they went 3 for 10 before they pulled out their starters from 3 in the second half. And that to me was the story of the game.
The other big story of the game, Moose, was really Miami's bench. They showed up huge tonight. Kyle, Caleb, Duncan, as we've talked about. That
Vic
was really
Vic was playing well before he went.
Vic,
down.
Oladipo.
He's had a good series.
He and Kyle's defense, huge.
Yeah, he's been bringing that big Vic energy. That really sucks, man.
I gotta give Vic his flowers because people know that I'm not the biggest Vic fan, but he was playing great tonight, and I'm obviously wishing him all the best. It's terrible the way that he went down. I mean, it's just you don't want to see that for anybody, let alone somebody like Vic who's already been struggling with other stuff. But G, to your point, the bench tonight, in my opinion, was the difference maker in this game.
Absolutely.
The shots that Duncan was hitting was. I mean, God, I feel like we've been waiting for that all year. Yeah. Shout out, Alf. We needed a game like that from Duncan, and I think also Duncan needed a game like that. I hope this carries over into the next game. I hope that he can build off of this. I think Kyle was sensational tonight. Really Shout out G. He was integral to this team. Getting into their sets, really keeping the rhythm going, especially in that second half. There was a point there where it did look like the Bucks were. Trying to, come back into the game, make their little run. And I think it was the bench that really helped us maintain that lead, especially while, Jimmy was dealing with his broken ass situation. Brass, take me out.
Bruce Blue.
I mean, the introduction, you were talking on Heat Beat the last couple of days about what the starting lineup was going to look like, and like was Spo going to be stubborn? Was he going to start Duncan again in place of Tyler and this and that? And do you start Caleb? Do you go with Kevin Love? G, you were saying that the minutes this year, the numbers this year are showing that like Bam and Kevin not great together. But I think in this series, it's why when it gets to the playoffs, man, it's a series by series basis. Just because the numbers didn't look good at points of the season, really, it doesn't mean shit. Because in this series, the way Kevin Love was playing, I think it made a huge impact. And they really stayed in it. They were playing hard. They weren't getting everything from the inside like they were. I mean, that was an absolute embarrassment. The showing in the last game with what Brook Lopez did to them inside. Absolute embarrassment. Fuck their threes. Whatever. That wasn't why they lost the game. They lost by 16 points. I know it was garbage time at the end, but it was really that inside presence and that we desperately needed. And I think Kevin really brought that. So I'm happy with those adjustments.
Couple updates. So apparently Jimmy did not talk to the media. He just said, "I'm all right," and left. So Jimmy, Brian, I think you put that in chat.
Yeah.
Sounds peak Jimmy.
Also I'm putting a quote right now from Spo on Oladipo.
Yeah, I saw that quote. So, hopefully we'll be all right. I mean, I think the Jimmy news, and is going to be kind of the thing to watch out for as Giannis is improving. Obviously, Tiff, you don't want Jimmy kind of getting, you don't want to be on the downswing as they're on the upswing,
Right.
Yep.
health wise, especially with Oladipo out, and that kind of worries me a little bit. But I don't know. Do you think he's fine? I mean, I know you've played and you're a lot tougher than I am. Do you think that's something that he could tough out, or how you feeling about?
Who we talking about? We talking about
Jimmy. Yeah.
I mean, if Jimmy says he's okay, we got to trust that. Like that, yeah. There's nothing else we can do about that. We know what it is. He fell on his ass, right? That's what it is. To be perfectly honest, the best thing for him was that he got to rest tonight. He can rest tomorrow and get whatever treatment he needs. And basically the team kind of buoyed us to a win and he didn't have to come back in. But you just got to trust it. And let's be honest, if he's not okay, then it's next man up. Like there's really nothing else you could do about it, to be perfectly honest.
So Ethan reported, and I'm quoting his Twitter, Jimmy Butler screams in joy as he's told he doesn't want to talk to the media because he's banged up. Seems fine otherwise. Looks like a go for Monday. Also, Oladipo got dressed at his locker, had some crutches, but seems in okay spirits. And also Oladipo told Spo that he didn't want a stretcher because he's a fucking badass and he's awesome. So
can we get that Spo quote up on the screen just for people to see? Because I think it's, Vic, Spo on Oladipo. Vic, we don't know right now. We'll have him checked out tomorrow. I feel how everyone feels. Great win. But when you see a player go down like that, particularly a player like Vic, who has gone through so much, I don't know what it is right now. I feel like throwing up right now, but I don't know what the prognosis is. I think I wanted to just read that because I feel like that's the general sentiment from everyone. You hate seeing a player go down, but it hurts even more so when it's someone that has been fighting so hard to get back out there already.
I want to say a big fuck you to chat for trying to make me laugh as Moose is reading that quote. Chat's making jokes because they don't know how to act. So Moose is reading a very serious quote on Oladipo's health. It just said Christian's the MVP for acting like Barry.
Oh, can we talk about that? That's my player of the game.
My player of the game, bro. He even threw Rohan for a loop. Rohan and Cardi.
Yeah, that shit was
he
good.
Threw me for a loop this morning on that Kyle Lowry out for personal reasons. I thought that happened for sure.
Yeah, I looked up and I was like, why is Barry Jackson in our Heapy group chat? For those who don't know, ever since verifications went out the window, Christian Hernandez, our statistician here, has been a goddamn menace all the time.
Absolute terror.
Absolute terror. And just pretending to be reporters. And
you gotta check the profiles with him.
Wait, so I'm confused. Was that really Taché then?
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
Was it me with the Taché one?
Yeah. Let's go. Christian got me with Jeremy 100%. But yeah, so shout out.
Oh, he got me on that Jimmy quote though, the one about Jay Crowder.
Oh yeah, the Jay Crowder Jimmy one. That one he got me. It was something.
That was good.
That was good. That one was
something
good.
To the effect of Jimmy calling Jay Crowder out for pulling his leg and just said, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah, he was like,
I think didn't Barry end up like tweeting it or some shit?
Yeah,
Barry quote
Barry had to respond to it.
Yeah.
And then Barry had to convince Christian to change his profile back by giving him a Omer Yurtseven bobblehead.
That's so funny.
That's awesome.
And Christian's at the game today, and Yurt came in. So shout out to Christian.
That's the reporting we need, Brian. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I can't believe Christian.
He also liked a very interesting tweet that I really can't get into details
me,
on, but I never laughed harder in my life the other day.
We have Leche's agenda commissioner in chat saying Duncan was so mesmerizing. Even Rohan was like Boston.
Wow.
Listen,
Rohan
Leche's performed. The Leche's performed tonight.
They showed up.
Oh my god! Apparently, Rohan said he bets that he won't win another game. I think we may have to ban. I think we may need to ban Rohan from our platforms.
We have.
I'm all for it.
Listen. Not yet. We're saying we're not getting too cocky here. We're up 2-1. We're up 2-1. Let's keep it rolling.
I know we always share jokes and shit, but shout out to
shout
out to Kurt. Says love y'all. Love you too, Kurt. Shout out to you.
It's one time for the love, Kurt. Drip drop.
Hey, someone throw Kurt a sub. Kurt loves us and doesn't have a first-time chatter. Doesn't have a sub. Somebody throw him a gifted.
Listen, I want to say the real winner of this game was fucking G, man, because he was out there a couple days ago.
He put in the work
without gas.
Put in the work. Without gas.
That's right.
That was in the middle of a fucking
almost ran out of gas looking for Sage.
Like, what's going on? Wait, what's going on with that? Like, why?
There's some lavender in there too.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're chilling. We're chilling.
We're chilling.
I was say there was a lot of people in that arena. Like, I hope everybody had gas to leave.
It's like a real suspect. A lot of people here. Yeah, bro. I had a quarter tank, and I was like, I got to do this for my people. I got to do this for the Heat.
Thank you.
I went to the energy lady. Some people making fun of my cuticles and shit. Other guys like, oh, you gnaw on your nails. I was like, you gnaw your nails too if you watch that game too, motherfucker.
That's why he's using a sage, bitch.
That is an inspirational.
I have to go get a pedicure.
Right?
That energy lady needs a raise. Let me tell you.
That's an inspirational
You need a manicure, G. That's not.
Shout out to her, bro. And she told me about something's in retrograde or something, and she's like, you know,
Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch how you talk to people. All your electronics, all your communication.
She told me
Is
that
that
she
some
felt good
lavender
about
in there?
today. Yeah,
That's
so
good.
this is a sage and a dried citrus. This is a, you know.
Yeah. What are you saging? Here, let's see, Jay. What do you?
Oh, I got some sage.
We may need to like sage a hospital or something. I mean, we need Jimmy and
I thought
Jimmy's
it was
ass
a
and
Rolex.
Dipo's gonna be good.
Caleb,
Did y'all see the play at the end of the game where like Caleb tries to get a loose ball and hit his shoulder?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Man.
get these
off,
dudes out of
like,
here.
Guys, we're up. Like, there's no way we're gonna lose at that point. That terrified me. I'm like,
But you know what the problem is, Brass? Like everyone's important to this team at this point.
I know.
And like they're just like, fuck it, UD, you gotta get in there. Like, UD, you gotta get in there. Bro.
UD was like, I just played my last minutes like a week and a half ago. What the fuck
UD
are you
actually
doing?
that was the first time UD was walking to the court. He was like, man, you can't.
He didn't want to go in. He was like, he didn't want to go in. Bro, I was like, get Kyle out of there. My guy's already on crutches. Get Buns out of there, man. Gotta protect him.
Although,
listen,
Steve, go ahead.
I'd be remiss. We gotta talk about my man, who, by the way, looked like, let's just be honest, just unplayable and dog shit through 2 games. My man looked cooked. I was like, oh brother, here we go again. Came out today, hit threes, was aggressive, was sick of Bobby Portis, and I think he deserves.
Yes.
Get him, girl. Get him.
Officer Buns. Officer Buns.
Mrs. Officer.
Mrs. Officer to the lieutenant because take me out, Brass.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that. I've never seen that. Is that new?
No.
Oh my god!
Seen that? Wow.
I don't think I've ever
that
seen
show,
that.
G.
Maybe I don't remember. I don't know. That was so. Wow.
That's season 1 hot, I think. Or season 2.
No.
That's a hot
earlier this
staple.
season.
That was last Thursday.
That's an elite.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Lou. Listen, he gave them shooting. He was sick of Bobby's shit. Went at him a lot of times. Looked for that switch and fucking went at him. He knew he was in foul trouble. And Kyle's like, oh, the grift is on, baby. And just did. His defense was good. I thought
he did.
He pushed the right buttons. I was super impressed with the floor game.
Absolutely phenomenal game from him. We needed this from him. We were talking about it pregame. We need somebody to attack this drop, whether it was him or anybody else. Thankfully, we had 2 people. We had him and Duncan attack this drop beautifully, but Kyle specifically just able to control the game. I think he was plus 27, just beautiful. And the way he was able to get some of those buckets, specifically a couple and ones that he was able to get, one on Joe Ingles in particular, when the game was kind of getting a little like, damn, are we going to be able to do this? And he just came through, man. So shout out to BBL Lowry. He needs to lend Jimmy one of those butt cheeks, man, because Jimmy got one hurt. I know.
I saw somebody in chat say Lowry's like immune to ass injury.
Oh, too much cushion, man.
All that bubble back
airbags,
there.
that's why.
You better. Right.
Yeah, he's got an airbag on his ass, of course.
Yeah, he does.
Dude has like a nice fall.
If Jimmy
plan.
had that, he wouldn't have a broken ass right now.
If you're in a car, the safest place to sit is behind him.
Take me out, Brass.
I know what you did.
Yeah, I mean, just up and down, just a great effort. I mean, Kevin Love effort today as well. Just the 7 rebounds is huge. Just everything helps. I believe they out rebounded Milwaukee. They were 44-37. I mean, that's big. If you can win the rebounding margin, Siobhan, against a team like that. And I believe they also won the turnover margin by a good amount. They had 13 turnovers. They won the turnover margin. You win the turnover and rebound margin. You know, you shoot the ball the way Miami did, and you're at home. that's just the recipe to success.
Yeah, like they did so many of the things pretty well today. The shooting, is something that I felt for a long time this season. Like, there's no way that they're gonna shoot this poorly, like for this long. And maybe it's gonna turn around at the absolute 11th and 55th minute of the hour, but it's gonna have to turn around at some point. But you're absolutely right with the rebounding. I'll never forget, there was a time either this season or last season, people were trying to convince people that rebounding didn't matter. And I was like, what the fuck are we talking about? What are we doing? How are we speaking about the game like this? You get second chances, you stymie their runs, you get yourself some own momentum. There was a possession where we could not get a rebound at all. It was Bam, Gabe, Duncan, maybe Caleb and Kyle or some shit. And we just could not get a rebound at all. And in those moments, your anxiety peaks, your shit just starts to get more tense. And if you can limit as many of those types of moments as possible, and you just get rebounds, you just get stops, you get yourself more shot opportunities, especially when you're shooting well, you get more chances to get good shots up. Kevin Love's presence, and again, the pick and pop with Jimmy. I'm so happy he just started shooting more himself. He looks much more comfortable within the flow of what we kind of want him to do, and he knows what it is that he helps unlock on this team. So I'm super happy that he's peaking at the right time, and he was just big for us tonight in a few different facets.
Like I said, man, it was just a top to bottom effort. I mean, Caleb, 11 rebounds is huge.
Yep.
The double.
Yep.
Athleticism.
Honestly, he's probably, is he their third best player, really? Kind of right now, at least on both ends. I mean, he's been so consistent
100%.
for that. I know that Bond is thinking, but without Tyler, it gets kind of murky. You know what I mean?
I thought he was your fourth best player all year.
No, it's 8 of them tied for
for third. Nah, for real. Come on. It's at least 4 people.
Right. Let's go.
Well, it's Tyler at 1, Jimmy at 2.
Yes.
Then Bam, of course.
Of course.
So,
are we enforcing it?
I was I don't know, man. I love Gabe's effort over,
No, not even that. I want more from Bam. Can we talk about Bam a little bit? I don't want to pile on him. I really don't. But I don't know.
At some point, y'all got to talk about Max.
On defense. That's all I know. On defense, I thought today was.
You'll have your turn, Tiff.
He played an active defensive game. He did. He looked live.
Was felt for the first time in the series.
Yes.
I thought.
Yes.
On defense.
Yeah.
On offense, the 5 assists. The 5 assists,
sure.
I thought was important, because I think that's one way you can kind of attack their
but
scheme.
But his assisting opportunities are always there. It's not that he doesn't have a chance to get 5 assists every game. It's whether or not people are making them. So I don't know if he's actually doing anything different there, other than folks are hitting
Hallelujah.
shots.
Yes.
Which is huge, by the way. Dudes hitting shots. It helps.
It's great. It's the fucking difference maker. That's ultimately what we've been missing.
Yes.
Put the ball in.
But think about it the other night, it's what when we were talking the other night, me, you, and Bond, what did we say? The way you're using the shooters cannot continue this way. You've got to have movement. And everyone was moving when they did not have the ball. It seems so simple when you watch it, but it's just they don't put it into practice all the time.
And Tiff, what's important about that? Even in their movement, Jimmy was still able to get to his 30 without the I feel like there's this idea that Jimmy can't have a high scoring outcome to the detriment of the rest of the team. But it doesn't have to be that way. The rest of them can still play a movement offense, and Jimmy can still pick his spots and be effective as he is.
Right.
No, because it makes him fear the outside. That's it. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. And I'm glad they had this kind of game, because clearly, the 2 out of 3 games in a series, you should fear the shooting on this team. Yep. Because they can do this. That wasn't a total anomaly, that first game. But also, what I take away from this game is it's not as if Milwaukee shot terribly. Milwaukee still shot well. They made, I think, 15 threes. Did we make 16?
They did shoot well.
I mean, it was so it wasn't just that, but it was just on the defensive end, we were smothering, whereas we were just fucking Swiss cheese that first game.
Yep.
So so I think the improvements. I think it was more improvements on Miami's end than Milwaukee being deficient this game.
I agree.
And I like the adjustments. I feel good. I feel better about this series.
I agree wholeheartedly. We were talking pregame about Jrue Holiday being like the head, because without Giannis, they don't really have like the head of the snake. I think my personal opinion, I think Drew's the head of the snake, and specifically Dipo in that second quarter, just because he was the first quarter, Jrue Holiday was huge for that team, but in that second quarter, the Dipo, the zone, the Caleb, the switching, the looks, all of that, I felt slowed them down enough. And obviously the team played well enough without Jimmy on the floor. Shout out to Duncan and Kyle, to where we really were able to keep this game at bay, keep them at bay. Like you said, with them shooting, I think almost 39% from three, we were still able to win this game. I thought that's to me beautiful. That's
Lou, to your point, it's crazy. Like towards the end of the season, when the lineups were, shrinking, and people were like, "Oh, what are the playoff lineups going to look like?" People were asking, like, "Oh, are we going to get some Vic minutes? Is there space?"
Right.
If Drew is the head of the snake, call Duncan the mongoose, baby. All right,
Well, I think we got time.
Chat is on one tonight.
I think we got another segment coming up, G.
Yeah, let's go to it, Brass. Let's
Get to it.
We got news break.
Yo.
What's up, Brady?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, Brady.
What's up, Brady?
What's going on?
Playoff Brady Hawk in the building, live
Yes,
on the
sir.
floor. Brought to you by 5 Reasons. Brady, what's the vibe out there, man? A lot happened. There was a lot going on, good and bad.
The vibe is this is the most depressing playoff game I've ever seen or been a part of. This is the most depressing, or let me rephrase. This is the most depressing win I've ever been a part of. Where I've never had the vibes feel like this after a win, in terms of, and it's not even with the team, because I feel like the team is a little bit more, like upbeat than you would think, but it's just the vibe in here just was killed after like what felt like a really big win, and then what turned into what it was. It just, I don't know. This was it was like everything was kind of just sucked out of this building. So, but basketball wise, I feel like it went pretty much how you'd want it to go, but it was just the fact that how it ended was just it just basically it felt like it reversed everything that happened in the game.
Well, let's talk about that, because I know Ethan tweeted Jimmy seemed like he was still being a jokester.
Yeah.
What was your kind of take on that? Like Ethan says if everything looked good for Monday, what was your impression?
I don't know. I mean, nobody knows what Jimmy could say he's fine, and then he has like a fracture. Like, you don't ever know. But the fact is, I wouldn't expect it. I would think he's playing. I think the fact that they were able to rest him in the fourth quarter was massive. I thought the fact that when have we ever seen the fact that they don't want to play him in the fourth quarter? We get Haslam minutes in a playoff game. Like is that sums it up right there. So the fact that they're able to, they have all these 2-day breaks that benefit Milwaukee over and over with their injuries. Now Miami has an injury that leads into game 4, and they have 1-day break. So the fact that he at least got the fourth quarter off, I thought was big. But I'd expect him to play. And then the question becomes, because it's funny because I don't think we're going to talk about it enough, but the fact is Victor Oladipo played incredible tonight. And he did so many things for this team. And I was sitting here during the game, and I'm like, he's going to be a part of the regular rotation moving forward in this playoff run. I'm like, could he be starting certain games moving forward in certain matchups? Like if they were to end up getting past this team, like I'm looking forward in that way, where now things are looking a little bit different. And I think now the next question is who is going to step into that role. And now we're looking at Haywood Highsmith. Like that's what I think, because you're looking at Duncan Robinson, the way he played tonight, he's going to be in that realm. But what you need from that Victor Oladipo gave you, the only guy that you can get that's going to provide that is Haywood Highsmith. So it's a weird dynamic, but that's what they have. That's what they're dealt with. It's funny. The last thing I'll say is talk about Jimmy. What the things that Jimmy has to carry right now. Every time I turn the corner, everybody's like, well, we need to do this for this guy. We need to do this for this guy. He has to win a ring for Dipo. He has to win a ring for Tyler and UD in his final season. Talk about and for himself.
For Bam.
Yeah.
Bam has
no wonder
time.
His ass hurts.
Bam has time, but let's get one in.
That's like when Shaq was like, oh, I gotta win for GP, I gotta win for Antoine Walker, I gotta win for white chocolate. We have let's channel our 2006. I think they were a low seed too. I think they were a 5 or a 4.
They were a 5th seed.
They were 5th seed. Yeah, I know they were a low seed that year.
I hope he was just scared. Like I couldn't tell if it was a slip. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was actually a slip or if it was just that weak of a plant. Like if it really just gave out on the plant that way. Brady, what are you shaking your head at?
I'm just saying I've rewatched it to your point. I've rewatched it so many times. I still don't know when it happened, how it happened, what part of the knee it happened. Like I still have no idea, and I don't think they know. Like it's just that's why I guess they'll figure out tomorrow. But
it was more so his reaction
that's what it is. And I hope he just scared himself because me and Frankie talk about it a little bit. Like he has driving lanes and he'll do like that snatchback shit, and so Frankie feels like he's still like something psychologically he's not all the way comfortable driving yet. Whether there's anything there or not, just that that mental aspect. And so all of me is hoping that he just like scared the fuck out of himself and just like tensed up and doesn't want to like test it in front of people, but would rather get in the back and be like, oh, okay, shit, all right, I'm cool. Like I that's what I'm hoping happened.
And he had a strong reaction.
I was gonna ask, did you get a chance to actually see Dipo after? Was he on crutches? Like
I didn't see him, but he was on crutches. He was in the locker room, and I think he was getting dressed in there, and they said he was just everything was pretty normal. So I think they're just waiting too. It seems like I think everybody was walking out one by one, kind of greeting him on the way out too. But it's like everybody's saying the same thing. They're like, we're just trying to stay positive. We don't know yet, but I think we kind of know like the severity of it. Like in terms of I don't know if he's going to be playing in the season as we get a little special guest.
Whoa, that is on the floor.
The only reason I'm out here is because of Ethan. Ethan just walks wherever he wants around here. I'm not.
Oh, I've seen. Trust me. We've had Ira tell him to shut up. Like, Ethan acts like he owns the place, bro.
The table was full, and I said, "Where do I go?" He said, "Just go to the court." I'm like, okay. Like that's just the next option.
Listen, Brady, you're gonna be coaching the team any day now. Once Mo takes the executive job, you're next. You and Cooper Moorhead, assistant coach and head coach.
He's gonna be rooting for clutch games, though. He's gonna be rooting for all the clutch games.
I know. Yeah, he's
tweeting live from the bench. Cooper Moorhead,
friend of Stream B podcast.
Brady, let's get a couple basketball questions before we let you go. It's gonna be a very general question because there were a ton of adjustments. What was your favorite or I think most impactful adjustment that you saw to Spo tonight to flip this game in their favor?
I think the one adjustment is the one thing I didn't understand from last game was the fact that you start Duncan Robinson, but you don't run any actions for him. Like he literally was out. If you were not going to run an action for him, you don't start Duncan Robinson. You go in a defensive route. So the fact that this game, when Duncan was out there and he came out there, they ran actions for him like one after another. Not only just handoffs and stuff. Like he was running pick and rolls. His first 3 of the night came on a pick and roll, and he pull up into the left wing 3. Like that is what you need to do with him. If you're going to utilize him, you need to run stuff for him to see what he can do. And then if you're running actions for him and he's 0 for 4, then you don't have to play him anymore. But if he's going to play, you have to kind of do that stuff. So I thought that adjustment was good, but I don't even know if that was Spo. I think that's kind of on Duncan's playing too. Like his teammates were going for him. I asked him actually about it after the game, and he said his teammates more than anything wanted him to be aggressive. But I thought their defense was underrated in this game. The fact that last game I thought specifically we were talking about the paint defense, the fact that they scored 40 paint points in the first quarter, and they also gave up a ton of threes. The big thing about that was like, yeah, it's fun to say, oh, the reason is because Max Strus is on Brook Lopez. It's like, no, the reason is because their guards are walking into the paint and then passing to Brook Lopez. Yep. So in this game, the big adjustment was the fact that they were getting into you on the perimeter. It was everybody. It was Caleb. It was Gabe. Even it was Kyle. It was everybody down the line. It was Jimmy. It was if you're having that, it changes things across the board. So, and the last thing I think is the fact that it seemed like they got a little back into their increase in pace as they did in game 1. Like I thought the fact that they slowed it down weirdly in game 2 after they had such success for it in game 1. So. Caleb, I thought, was a big part of that. We could talk about the stat sheet and so many guys. I thought Caleb was one of their best players tonight. He was like the bridge to everything they were doing on both ends. He was getting them into a lot of their looks. He was moving off ball. He was doing so many things. So those are kind of the key things.
Their defense today was, I know that Milwaukee, put up a ton of points on good shooting, but exactly as you said, and we talked earlier, the Bam on Middleton and the Jimmy on Drew thing, I thought was one of the ways they can pressure the ball handlers, kind of limit that. and force those guys to be more scorers than facilitators. I didn't check their assist numbers, but I thought their limiting of I thought the Bucks killed them in transition in game 2, and I thought they did a really good job of preventing that. I don't even think that they still crashed the glass. I don't even think it was that. I think it was strictly an effort thing, and I thought all around that was really one of the keys.
I mean, it's Jimmy Butler and shooting. When you get Jimmy Butler and shooting, you win games. It's really that simple right now. When you don't have Tyler, you need your role players to shoot well from 3, and you need Jimmy Butler to go nuclear, and that's what he did early, and that's what the shooters did. So I feel like we could talk about so many things, but I feel like it's really that simple.
Brady, can you give one clarification and then we'll let you go? We have the Troppy baby, Michael Beasley. Oh, look at this guy, Alex.
What do you want?
Can you hear us? He's muted.
Say things.
Say things. What are you doing? You're here. You're on.
How do you just drop
struggling
the
right
fuck
now.
in
You're ruining
and
the
not?
show, man.
What?
Brady's out here working,
Professional screw up all day, baby.
being
all
a great guest.
Brady's killing it. Chat
Per
is saying.
source, he said it's not working.
I don't know why I tried.
The chat was like, Brady's the best guest we've ever had. Like, Brady's efficient. Brady was Jimmy Butler today in 3 quarters.
Wow.
Bam, 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 68% shooting.
All the smudges on his phone. Are you on Ethan's phone right now? What's going on?
No, I'm not.
By the way, nice
no,
of
I'm
him
talking
to wear-
Alex. I'm talking Alex.
Oh.
Alex,
By the way,
your phone is
Oh, I
clean,
got the
Brady.
clear one?
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good, man. You're good.
Brady.
Nice of Troppy baby to wear a jacket to the game, but not a wedding. I mean, please.
Yeah, that's Brady, I don't know if you know this, but Alex didn't wear a suit to a wedding. He came in a Guayabera, a Cuban shirt. Yeah. I gave him that's my suit that I gave him.
This is pre-recorded. There's no way you guys had that ready to go.
We do. We always do.
No, we do. We always have that ready to go.
It's locked and loaded.
No matter the conversation, that just fits in.
Oh, we never know when we got to slander Alex. Brady, won't take more of your time. Appreciate you coming through. Listen. Oh, can we let's get a prediction out of the Hawk. Brady, where does this series go?
Oof.
It's
I'm
tough
putting you on the
because,
spot. I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, I said to myself before, I thought the Heat needed to get both of these games to really be in a position, because I think if you come back to Milwaukee where there's 2 games of Milwaukee left and it's 2-2, it's tough. So I think they have to get game 4 if they want to be, move on to this next round. But I think Miami can take care of it, to be honest. There's so much on injuries and we keep talking about it, but the fact is, I don't trust the fact that Giannis is going to come back. And if he does come back, I don't think he's going to be anything close to what he was. Yeah. So this is the team that you're playing against. This team that you saw tonight is the one you're playing against. And there's still a variant to it because we've seen both sides of it. But Jimmy Butler, they have the best player on the floor in these games by far. So I think that matters in these games. So I think they probably win it. If they win game 4, I think they win it probably in 6.
Let's go, Brady!
Yeah.
There's a chance.
Brady,
I had them in 6 since before the start of the series. I hope so.
Bond has the guts. Brady and Bond have the guts. I was gutless. Mr. Brady Hawk, enjoy your Saturday night. Thank you so much for joining us.
Gutless. Tiff, what did he say
5 on the
in
floor?
the pod?
Read his
Heat Knicks
words.
second round.
Exactly.
Heat Knicks second round.
Oh,
That's
buddy.
what we need, baby.
Need it.
Take care, Brady. Thank you so much.
See you guys.
Thanks, Brady.
Later.
Good job, Brady.
Now we're in time for the Hawk.
G is certainly gutless. We were on the pod the other day, Tiff. What did G have for today? L.
I don't
Coward.
think they're gonna be able to do it.
Gee, you gotta take that shirt off if that's how you feel.
Listen, I turn to the spirit.
Leave it on, G. Leave it on. Please.
I turn to a higher power.
You can't
Are
wear
we
that
not
Heat
turning
Hawk
to the
shirt.
same one?
We are not
My
high
power
enough for
gave
you to
me
take
the
that shirt
guts.
off.
Your power gave me Well, I needed it. I went to my energy lady and I was like, I need help from the divine. I'm scared. And I watched that game scared. I was scared. But listen, they came. I'm big time coward.
Coward. Shut up.
Big time coward. But listen, hey, shout out to Brady Hawk. What a great guess. It's
Much
really
better than Troppy, baby. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he did great.
Oh, yeah. Troppy really
Alex
fumbled
was really
that.
the
Damn.
Alex was really the Dwayne Dedman of just
Oh,
so
man.
just
that.
so
You didn't have to go that far.
Nobody's as bad as Dwayne Dedman, man.
he was just so efficient in screwing the show. Well, I think we have a couple more things left in the show. Brass,
Yes.
are we ready?
Let's ask Tiff. Tiff, you ready?
What the fuck, G?
Yeah, that was an excellent segue.
G, have you never
That was
hosted
an-
a podcast before?
That was an
You know what it
elf-like
is that
segue.
Brass and I have,
Awkward as hell.
to quote Charles Barkley, I have 2 balls in the air, and
Yeah, what?
Did you
Leave
not?
me
Alex,
out of this.
Alex says he quits. Alex, don't quit. I love you, Alex. We love you. Listen, we'll go back to making fun of Lou's bedroom if you want.
Hey, man.
How many
Damn, I thought
jerseys
I
are
was
on the one
safe.
hanger?
Let's do
I thought
that.
you were talking to me. Choppy baby. No, it's okay. Bye.
Lamar Jackson.
Lou needs to be back there, like making a mark on the wall for every time we insult him tonight. Oh shit!
You're at least 6 deep.
Damn, man. I can't stay safe today, man. I'm fixing this fucking
trap.
setup.
This is hangover time, baby. Welcome
dude.
to the club.
Did you not see season 1 before I moved the camera angle and got some lights in
Before
here?
I moved,
Well, that was
my
fucking ridiculous.
apartment.
Part of it. Don't worry about it.
It's a thing.
You'll get there.
Moose has got Joey used to get it really bad.
Ooh.
His garage opened one time.
Yeah, when
Joseph.
Hey Tiff, you ready?
Are we ready for some treats?
You ready, Tiff? Let's do this.
Born.
I just wanna be used, I don't wanna be loved. Baby, don't you wanna be used, or is it just me? Yeah.
All right. So who are we shouting out here tonight, Tiff? Just
You know
Max?
who we shouting out. Nah, you know who we shouting out.
All the
I
whites.
understand, man. All the whites.
Shout out to the whites, y'all.
Look at
Bang,
Max
bang.
go.
Ah!
Bang bang.
White man
Let's see
can't
that again.
jump. Moose, white man can't jump.
This one can. That's right.
One more.
That's beautiful.
Look at him.
Jamma jamma.
He did leap a little early though. He got there just.
He was a little scared.
He connected.
Exactly.
Bang!
Up, dunks.
So good to see Dunk back. Man.
Threes.
Splash.
It really is, man. It's good to
Franchise
see him.
Happy
leading
birthday,
three-point
Duncan.
scorer.
Happy
There we
birthday.
go.
Oh man.
Duncan needs to turn 75 before this playoff run is over.
Look.
So he's gonna
Yeah.
play.
Can it be Duncan's birthday for Game 4 as well?
Every day, please.
Every
Even during practice. Look at him.
He's young enough. He can still celebrate for like a full week.
Up.
Red State Duncan,
Look
baby.
at that.
Oh, man.
That was white to white. White to white.
White offense, y'all.
Kevin Love threw great passes to Max all night. It was really
He did.
it's white to white.
Yeah, look out for
Kevin
y'all.
Love. Listen, that's it. That's it.
Even our
If-
whites
if
are
you don't
happy in the
take care
crowd,
of
too.
them, nobody else will.
Who gonna do it? Who gonna do it?
Is
If
that why
don't
you
do
kept it there, Brett?
What are they doing? Holding up a three.
There they go.
I don't know
I
what
bet they
missed
would have
out.
voted for
Waving
Obama
the fucking
third term.
towel.
Funny.
Thank you for the free
Yo,
towel.
fuck those towels, man. They need to get shirts for Game 4.
I actually have. I'm doing some reporting. There are shirts for game 4.
Whoa!
How did what?
Whoa!
Good.
I did some reporting, and I can confirm. It's a good. I trust the source. There will be shirts from Game 4 for Game 4.
Let's go.
That's bold. Was it because
I don't know
of the
if
backlash
we-
for tonight?
Shout out Jeremy Taché. Let's go.
I don't know. I don't know if we put the pressure on them. It was not Taché.
Wait, was that Christian? Did Christian tell you this? Or can we trust this?
Yeah, I don't trust this.
I actually got to double check my DM now. No, it was. Listen, it was a source within the
Oh,
organization.
good question. Good question. What color were the shirts, BG?
They better be white. I
White.
didn't ask a follow
What?
up. I was just.
Gee,
I was
the
just
real
told
Pat
afterwards.
Riley did not DM you. Okay, you got to go check that.
That's a white hot take.
Creddy and I are tight. Our uncle's golf.
The team's wearing the same jersey, so they're going white.
They're wearing white. They've worn the home whites every game
Yeah.
this series.
Yep.
Yeah. So shout out to that. But Mickey, that was cheapskate move, bro. Like, I don't even care about the luxury tax stuff, but the fucking get some goddamn t-shirts, bro. How much can they cost, like, per unit? And you buy them in bulk like that.
He's
You know,
preparing for
I don't
that
know how
second
much,
apron,
how much
G.
does gaming care cost, right, G? Right, Tiff?
I'm not Mickey Harrison. I don't own a
I'm
cruise
fucked
line.
up, guys.
I own Miami Heat beat. there's a difference.
You own half. of
We
mine.
are not the same.
Chill the fuck out.
Guys,
Oh.
we've talked a lot of things this show. That's a big win.
Yeah.
We're going into game 4. But again,
is.
as Alf said when he came in with his bad connection and poor phone camera. It is Duncan Robinson's birthday. I think, Brass, we need to show our appreciation for Duncan.
In honor of Alf.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how we're gonna do this, but I guess. I mean,
It's
what
his
do you want me
birthday.
to
What do we do on a fucking
something?
birthday?
Neither do I. I didn't. Was there?
We sing
a
happy
pre-production
birthday?
meeting.
Are we gonna? Are
No,
you guys gonna sing along now?
Yeah.
These are terrible lobs.
We have
These
a
are
little music.
terrible
Oh, let's
lobs.
go.
Gianni.
Are we
Okay.
ready?
We didn't discuss it.
Terrible lobs.
You ready?
All
Ready?
right,
Here we
then.
go.
What are we doing? Here we go.
All right, band leader. One,
I think it's
2,
Peppers.
3.
Wait. You might have
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
That is disgusting.
Dear Robinson. Happy birthday.